Hello, and welcome to the Hooked on Needles podcast. My name is Maricela, or Mari if you prefer. Today is January 27th, 2018, and this is episode 26. So hello, welcome everyone. I would like to say happy holidays. I hope you all had good holidays. Happy New Year. And I really hope that 2018 is going so good for you guys so far. I cannot complain. I am doing well. Although we did get sick. 3 out of the 4 in the household got sick. My poor husband came home and we all just got hit with a really bad cold. And it was horrible. Anyways, which is why I had not uploaded, was because we had just been feeling terrible. And so, yeah, anywho, I finally decided to upload an episode. I felt well enough and I honestly had missed you guys. So I was ready to get back on here and say hi to everybody. And, yeah, so let's get into what I have been up to. I'm gonna start off with finished objects. I did finish off my broken seed stitch socks, and I love them. I used Patton's Croy flax for the, what color did you say it was? Megan, taupe? Is that what you said? Taupe. And because it was like gray or brown is what my daughter and I were discussing. And then this variegated yarn. I don't have the label, but I have shown it before. And I did the OMG heel from, oh my gosh, I don't remember her name. I don't remember her name. I will put it on here somewhere. But I really enjoyed that heel. And look, no holes. Isn't that amazing? Look. So I have not worn these. I have been waiting to upload so that I can finally wear them. And so here they are, and now I can finally wear them. Yay! I did finish those before the new year. And I also finished off this hat. I think I mentioned that I don't think I had ever made a garter stitch hat, and so here it is. I used some of my leftover yarn that I had of the yarn that I made the mamas from, and I actually didn't even use all of it. I have a little bit left, so maybe, I don't think that's enough for a hat. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I'll do something. And yeah, I really like wearing it. It is quite cozy. Ta-da! And it is quite slouchy. And yeah, so I like it. There it is. I will keep that one on for now. And I did finish off the Hirajiku for my son's teacher, and I enjoyed the pattern so much I made myself one with my yarn from Dramatic Knits. This is the Drama Queen colorway, and then it is in their DK base. I don't remember what it's called, but I was going to do, I think I was going to do the Barley hat, but then as I started it, the pooling, I really realized I don't really like it. And so even though it's pulled there, it's not as bad as it looked before to me. So I was really trying to come up or find a pattern, not come up with a pattern, but find a pattern that would kind of break it up a bit. And so I think I did an okay job with that, but I mean, it's still pretty blotchy, but that's okay. And I really like it. And yeah, I really enjoyed making this one as well. And yeah, it was just because I fell in love with the one that I made for my son's teacher. So I had to make myself one. But I do have some left over. Don't know what I will do with this, but I will find something to do with it. And the yarn was wonderful to work with. And yeah, and this was one of my enhancements from YarnCon. So I finally got to use it. And then... oh, for this one, I put this pom-pom on it, but I ended up just tying it so that I can take it on. I mean, I can take it off and put it on whenever I feel like I need to. Okay, I just restarted the thing because it was being way too blurry. Anyways, so then I was trying to make my daughter a hat, because I hardly ever make anything for her. So I wanted to make her this, which is the cappuccino and brioche hat. And I was really trying really hard to make it. You're going to see cracks on the... Look at how pretty that is. Well, that's what I wanted to make her. And that is by Knitting for Breakfast. The cappuccino and brioche hat. It's on Ravelry. It is $4.50 or 3.5 euros. But I did buy the pattern. I cast on. I attempted to make it. I ripped out, I believe, like 4 or 5 times. And even though I put in a lifeline and I was trying so hard to get it done, it was just not working. And I was making it in the Hufflepuff colors. I was using black and yellow for, I used the Fibra Natura's black. And then I was using Patons. Is it Patons or Patons? Whatever it is, Classic DK Superwash in this yellow color, but it was not working. Like I said, I ripped it out so many times, and I was really trying to persevere and get it done with the brioche. I've never done brioche before. That is something I wanted to try. But I couldn't. I got too frustrated, and I ended up ripping it out. Instead, I ended up making her this one. But I did like the way that the hat, because the cappuccino and brioche one has the brim is garter. And so I liked that. So I left that in, and then I just did 14 rows of stockinette and did 3 garter ridges, and then again and again and again, and I closed it off with the ridges. And I cast on, I believe, 96 stitches and just kept going, and then decreased. If I had 96, then I subtracted half of them, did a solid row, subtracted half of that, and so on and so on. So yeah, but she liked it. She's worn it. I'm happy, because that was my biggest dilemma, was with her, is to knit things that she will wear, because she tends to be a little bit more picky about what she'll wear. So she was like, well, just make me a black hat and I'll wear that. So I made her this one. She liked it. She wears it. And it is quite slouchy, or not quite. It's a bit slouchy on her. which I just like it. I love it. I think it's wonderful and fits beautifully. So I am happy about that one. And then I ended up looking up a tutorial because I've been wanting to work with the Karen cakes. And I found a tutorial by Bob Wilson 123 for this crocheted shawl thing. And I used one of the carrot cakes. I think it was lemon something. I don't have the label for it. But it's these colors. And since I had it, I wanted to use it. And so I made it. And I just kept going until I ran out of yarn. I still haven't woven in my ends. But also because I hadn't crocheted in quite a long time. And I was wanting to make something crocheted, have something done. And I don't like my hair back, sorry. And so I made that. And chances are that this will be going to my sister because she mentioned that she wanted something to keep warm in the mornings because it's been kind of chilly here in Georgia. So that is something that I need to weave in, and hopefully I can give it to my sister sometime this week. And then I also, since I made my daughter the hat, my son was like, "Oh, what hat am I getting?" And I was like, "Oh, you're not getting a hat." And he's like, "But you made her one. Why don't I get one?" So I made him a hat. We went to the store the other day because we were looking for an outfit for my daughter. She had her first dance today. And so we went shopping for a dress for her, and we went to different stores or whatever, and in one of them my son saw a hat that he liked, and I looked at it and I was like, I think I could do that, because that one was, I think it was like 18 or 20 bucks for it, and it was just a really long beanie for kids, like a slouchy beanie, whatever. And so I looked at the pattern, and I was like, I think I can pretty much do that. And so I think I had seen this pattern somewhere, maybe on Ravelry, but it's just a very simple hat. It's 1x1 rib, and then you alternate doing one by one, and then the second row is all knits, and then again row 1 is 1x1. And then second row all knits. So you just keep doing that. And I did not follow a pattern. I just kind of made it up on my own, whatever. And then at the top for the decreases, I did all of the rows that were 1x1. I ended up knitting 2 together and then purling 2 together, and so on all the way around. And then the second row that was all knits, then I would just do a solid, and then again the row after that I would do it again, knit 2 together, purl 2 together all the way. And I think I ended up with about 12 stitches. I started off with 96, and I started off with the brim was, I did 96 stitches on 3.75 millimeter needles. And then I switched to 4.5 millimeter needles once I was done with that. And I started the pattern. And so look at how pretty it looks. I really, really liked it. And I finished this off. Yes, I started it yesterday and I finished it off today. So yeah, like had I just knit one full day on it, I would have been done with it. A couple of hours. And so yeah, so he's got a hat now, and I used the Peyton's DK one in the green color that I had. Oh, I found the label for the Karen cake. It is the key lime colorway. See? And yeah, okay. But for the hat, I used the DK one that I just showed you guys. That was with the yellow. This one. And it was just the green color. And that's it. That's all my finished objects. And I really liked this one, like a lot, that I decided to make myself one. So that bumps us over to works in progress. I cast on earlier today. And so I will be making this one. And it's a lot darker. It's more of a burgundy, not a red. On the camera, it's showing up like a vibrant red. It's not. It's more of a burgundy. So anyways, and so this one's going to be mine. And I am also thinking I'm going to make one for my husband, because I feel like he will like this hat. It's nice and snug if it needs to be, or loose, you know, like I don't know. I really liked it too. Maybe I'm gonna keep that one on. But this one's for my son. Look at how pretty. I love it. Oh, and I was gonna say something about this. When I cast on, I did not, like, I can't find where I started, because I did not do a slip knot. I just kind of laid the yarn on top of the needle. Like, I just did that and just started doing the long tail cast on. And I the way I like to join is I like to join with, so if the pattern calls to cast on 96, I cast on 97, and then I slip the last stitch over the first stitch and then pull it tight so that it you kind of don't get that jog at the beginning. And so here it is. I did the same thing here. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but right now you can tell because the string is there, the yarn is there. But once I weave that in, like, I don't think you're going to be able to tell where I started it, because there is no slip knot. And I did not do it intentionally. I just kind of did it and then realized that there was no, like, little bump there. I was like, whoa. So I thought that was pretty nifty. And yeah. And so anywho, yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna be making this one for myself, and then I will be making one for my husband. His birthday's coming up. Did I say that? His birthday's coming up, and I want to make him something. And I know that a hat, it is something that he will wear. So yay, because he tends to, you know, run hot a little bit. He gets hot quite easily. So he doesn't really ask me to make him a lot of warm things. But hats he does wear. He'll wear beanies and stuff. So that is something definitely I will make for him. And another work in progress that I have right now are these leg warmers. With this yarn, I was hoping to make my son basically yoga socks, but then he decided he no longer wanted them. And so I was like, okay, so now what? What do I do with this yarn? Because I want to use it up. And so a little while ago, my niece had asked for some leg warmers. And I had told her, oh yeah, sure, I will go ahead and do that. And I was going to use just some red heart that I had in the mint color. But then she likes to wear, I don't want to say outrageous because it's not outrageous, but she likes to express herself through her fashion. And so she will wear sometimes very bright colors or just, her outfits she uses to express herself. So I thought that she would appreciate these multicolored leggings or leg warmers, sorry. And so I did end up caking up all of the colors that I had, and I've been using them for these little leg warmers, and this green, and these are all of the ones that I had from when my local yarn shop closed down a couple years ago. So yeah, those I am really enjoying working on them. They're not very difficult, but I kind of it's not very hard. I am doing them 2 at a time, as you can see, and so that I wouldn't be working on the same ball, I have one of them growing one stripe more than the other, and that's fine. And so I'm about 3/4 of the way done, and then I will have them done. And I actually got the pattern out of this book that I have that I bought last year, I believe. And yeah, it's just some leg warmers. You cast on some 60 stitches, and then you just do it's a 1x1 rib. And so yeah, and I am using my interchangeable ChiaoGoo in 4mm. So yeah, I am enjoying them. Hopefully I will finish them before the next episode. And then I am also working on my daughter's fingerless mitts. So I got to the part where I need to do the fingers, but I did have to restart them because they didn't fit her properly. So I did restart them, and then I got to this part, did the gusset for the thumb, and I cannot for the life of me find my double points. I don't know where they are. And my friend was like, well, why don't you just use magic loop on them? And I was like, well, yeah. But the reason why I didn't think about it before was because I was using the my other set of needles for something else. So I was like, oh, they're being used right now. I'm trying to find the size just to verify that I'm using. Yeah, these are 2mm needles. They are ChiaoGoo's. These are the 32-inch, I believe. I'm not sure. But anyways, so yeah, so I should have the other ones free and then be able to finish up those fingers so that I can be done with those and she can finally have her fingerless gloves, because they have been just lingering there and frustrating me because I haven't touched them. And then I still have not finished my son's sweater. Oh no! I ended up splitting some of the stitches when I put it away. You guys should really listen to the pattern, and yes, make the sleeves at the same time, because I did not, and now I'm regretting it because it's I'm just not letting, like, I'm just letting it sit there. And it's probably not going to fit them anymore. But anywho. Oh, wow. The color is just so different with this light. It's horrible. That is like a pretty teal color. That looks gray on screen. Anyways, so I have not touched this. Well, I made a couple rows, but that's it. And so I really need to get my butt in gear and finish that up because it's annoying me that it's just sitting there. And what else? Oh, okay. These are my Scatterbee socks by Amy Stringer. I made these last year, and I have to tell you guys, I love these socks. If I'm not wearing my Hermione's Everydays, I am wearing these. Like, I love them. So, I love them so much, I was like, I want to make another pair. So sorry, that it just keeps getting blurry. I don't know why. But anyways, so once I cast off my broken seed stitch socks, I was itching to get something else, some other socks on the needles. So I found this yarn that I have had for quite a long time. It is some Deborah Norville yarn. And I love the colors. Look at those beautiful, beautiful colors. So I wanted to cast them on. And so I did. And these are the Scatterbee pattern. And I put contrasting heels and toe. This is a dark gray. And, okay, but I don't think I'm going to have enough yarn to make both of them. And I think my stitches are too tight. I feel like I should go up a needle size. When I made these, I used 2.25 millimeter needles. And for these, I'm using 2 millimeters. And I feel like my stitches came out really, really tight. My foot looks super, super long. Even though I already put in the heel. This is the OMG heel again. I think her name is Megan Williams. Is that her name? I don't know. Anyways. So I have made quite a bit of progress on this. In a week, actually. But the stitch is quite a tight one. And so just looking at how, like, this one's not very narrow. And this one seems very narrow. And so I'm really, like, thinking I should rip them out and start again. Because it is bothering me that they just seem really, really tight. Like, really narrow. And I really love this color. And it's really bumming me out because I want the socks to be like all this pretty colors with the contrast heels and toes. I did end up just leaving the contrast and kept going with it because I knew I was going to run out of yarn. But then somehow my husband found these. And they're in the same yarn. But these are crocheted socks. I made these forever and a day ago. I don't even remember when I made these. It must have been more than 3 years ago. Like 4 years ago, maybe. And I didn't remember that I had made these. So he found them and I saw that they're the same yarn. But I don't know if I want to scrap them or if I should just give them to someone because I don't like them. I can feel the stitches on the sole of my foot and I don't like it. I don't know. I don't like it. I can feel it. And crocheted socks are not for me. I can tell you that. So that is being my dilemma. I don't know if I should just scrap them and then maybe use one of these and, half of the yarn, because I ended up cutting the yarn off. And then that way I am mixing the ones that have been washed before with the new yarn that has not been washed before. And that way it won't be like too crazy. And that way I will have enough to make the whole sock and just have my contrast heels and toes like I originally wanted. So let me know. What do you think? Should I just scrap them? Because honestly, I am not going to wear these. Like, I know I am not going to wear these, which is why my husband found them somewhere, I don't know where, and was like, oh, look. And I was like, oh, I didn't even know those were there, because I don't like them. So, yeah. What do you think? Scrap or not? Because I love the color. I really do love the color. Look at how beautiful just look at how beautiful that is. So pretty. So I think I am going to just rip these out for sure. And I don't know. I don't know what to do, because I really do want another pair of the scatter bees. I love that pattern. It is so fun to work and I love it. So I'm really bummed out about that. But anyways, the solid color is also Premier Yarns, but I don't know what colorway that was. Anyway, so that project has me feeling down, because I was really happy and excited about making myself some new scatter bees, and then it doesn't seem like they're gonna really happen with that color anyways. So we'll see. And I think that's all my works in progress that I have. And I wanted to show you guys a couple of things that I got for Christmas. So my friend that also is crafty, is so crafty and so wonderful. She got me this beautiful, I haven't even opened it, this beautiful gauge. What is it? Gauge? What do you call them? Where you can check your gauge up for the hooks or needles if you lose the, I don't know what it's called. If you lose, like if you don't know what size it is or you can't read it or something, then you just like stick the needle through and then it'll tell you what size it is. It is from Humble Elephant on Etsy, I believe. And look at how gorgeous this is. It's made out of wood and it's a little lamb. It's so cute. It's so cute. So yeah, so you just take your needle and you stick it in the hole. What would it be? No, that one's 2. Oh. Okay, that one should be a 4.5. It's not going. Oh, there we go. 4.5. But yeah, so isn't that adorable? And then it comes with a little keychain thing, so you can just hang it. And then I lost the thing that this came with. This is all about the buttons. That's where this one came from. And it is this cute measuring tape with another little lamb on there. So cute. Little sheep. And because that wasn't enough, she actually made me a bag. And this one's pretty awesome because it has the notions pouch inside. And so it's dividing the bag into two different sections. And it comes with these little things. So if you're making socks, you can feed your yarn through there. Oh, got a little. You feed your yarn through there and it'll keep it nice and in place. So look, each side has it. And she just blew my mind when she got me my gift. I was like, are you kidding me? What is wrong with you? Why are you so dang talented, friend? Which I shouldn't complain because, hello, I get awesome stuff from her. But, I mean, seriously, she blows me away. I was telling her, like, you inspire me so much because you are so creative and it's just awesome. So, that was one of my gifts from her. And so, I had gifted her because she really liked the striped yarn that I got. So, I decided to get her some striped yarn. I didn't get it from the same person. I actually got this one from Pictured Yarns on Etsy. And she gets you to choose what size stripes you want. This is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. And I chose medium stripes. And this is the Summer Love colorway. And look at how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? So this will stripe. And the reason I got it was because I have plans for this yarn. I have been wanting to make. Okay, I guess we're going to jump into what I have planned for this year. I started watching Alma from Casa de la Vega. That is a podcast in Spanish if you are interested. And she was saying like her stuff, her plans for it. Oh, sorry, hold on a second. She also, my friend, my talented, crafty friend. Look at this, you guys. For my double points. Isn't she so talented? She made these for me. And she also made me double pointed cozies. So beautiful, right? We had gone to the store a while ago and she was like, pick out some fabric. And I was like, okay. So I remember picking out the fabric, but never did I think I was going to get it back like this. Such beautiful, beautiful stuff. So that's something else she got me, which I was like, oh my gosh, woman, like that wasn't enough. So, anyways, okay, sorry. Back on track. So Alma was saying like what she was going to make and all this stuff, and I was like, wow, you have some like ambitious projects going on, right? Without thinking of the ambitious stuff that I have in mind. So here we go. Let's jump into this. The reason I wanted to get this is because ever since the grocery girls showed this on Off Your Needles, I have been oogling, whatever over it. It is the Spark of Gray. And they used what's it called? Self-striping. She has it on like a self-striping one. And holy macaroni. It looks so beautiful. So ever since I saw this, I have been wanting to make it. And so that is what I have planned for this. And I was looking online because I wanted a solid to go with it. And I think I have one in mind. Once I get it, I will show you guys. But that is what I am planning for this. So that jumps me into my plans for this year. I am not going to go over my plans for last year because I don't remember. I didn't look up the video to see what I wanted to do or whatever. And so I don't know if I did stick to what I wanted to do or not. So the only one that I remember is that I wanted to try and make 6 pairs of socks, which I don't know if I did. I know I made the scatter bees and the fidget. And then I think I made 2 that were solids, like just vanilla. And I made the beach socks and the broken seed stitch. So maybe I did make 6 at least. Yeah, I think I did. I think I made 6 last year. Yay! Okay, that was like my biggest one that I really wanted to do. So, woohoo! Okay, now moving on to this year. So, I am crazy. I told you guys I wanted to make socks for everyone. Well, not everyone, but almost everyone. So, I am being ambitious. But that was the thing. I told Alma, I was like, oh, you've got some ambitious projects going on. Without thinking of all the stuff that I am thinking I want to make. So I'm sorry, Alma, if that came off wrong. I was not trying to, be mean or anything. It was just, she's got like wanting to make sweaters and stuff. And I guess to me, like sweaters are scary because I'm like, holy cow, that's like a garment. But then I don't remember who was saying that socks could take just as many stitches as a sweater, only because, they're smaller stitches. But anyway, so my crazy self wants to make socks. So according to my list, just for the people whom I want to make socks for, I have 12 people. That seems ludicrous to me. I don't think I will be able to make 12 pairs of socks for other people, but I did get everybody's measurements during a get together, and so I do have their little foot cut out. If I think I can make it, so we will see. Okay, sorry. I had to go regroup and come back and sit down. So anyways, 12 pairs of pants, guys. Not 12 pairs of pants, 12 pairs of socks. Sorry about that. 12 pairs of socks for people that are not myself. I also would like to make socks for myself. I would like to make the scatter bee again and the beach socks for myself, because the beach socks that I made, I ended up giving to my niece. So I want to make some beach socks for myself. I want to make shawls for my 2 sisters and 2 of my friends. For my 2 friends, I want to make the Reinas because I think it would be nice for all of us to have the same shawl, but just different colors. And for one of my sisters, I want to make the Pebble Beach. This one, it is so beautiful. She has it, I think, in a couple different sizes. The Pebble Beach by Helen Stewart. Sorry for the fidgety, like moving it thing. And I have also mentioned this one, which is the Dracaris. It is inspired by Game of Thrones. And that one is by Sonia Mesegosa. She actually has a Spanish podcast called Desmadejada. And so, yeah, so I have been wanting to make that one. And that's another one. But here is the thing with this one. This one calls for Aran weight yarn. And I don't want to make it an Aran weight yarn. When I thought about making that one, I had actually ordered some yarn for it from Craftsy. This one, I had shown it to you guys. This is just the Cloudborn fingering twist in Scarlet Heather color. And again, it's like a burgundy color. But I got 2 skeins. And I kind of just want to make it, follow the directions and everything, but using this yarn. Because even though it's been chilly here, it doesn't get like ridiculously cold, I don't think. And when it does, like with your jacket and a scarf, like you're pretty set. And my friend had made a shawl, or she crocheted a shawl that was rather thin and long. So she like wraps it around, I think 2 or 3 times. And she was saying how warm she gets and she's like fine. So I was thinking that it might just work. I know it's going to be smaller, but I'm okay with that, I think, because it does seem rather long. Like in the pictures you guys saw that it was like arm's length, which I think that'll be fine. And if I'm thinking that it's probably going to come out arm's length, and I am a loose knitter, so I feel like it might not lose the width as much, like the length as much. And just my width might end up a little bit smaller. But I'm okay with that. So that one is one that I would like to make for myself. For my other sister, I have yet to come up with what I want to make her. But for myself as well, I talked to you guys about the Spark of Gray. And then I actually got this one by, this is the Zorzel by by Lisa Haynes. And this one is just so pretty. It calls for 2 skeins of fingering. And look at how pretty. So for this one, I forgot to bring it up. But for this one, I am going to use some of the yarn that I got when I went to the Southeast Animal Fiber Fest in North Carolina. I really want to use up my yarn. I was talking to my husband because as much as I like stash, I also get frustrated with it. I don't like to buy things if I'm not going to use them. I don't like my kids getting toys that I know they're not going to play with. I don't like my husband buying things he's not going to use. So, like I said, as much as I like stash and seeing all the beautiful yarns, I get frustrated with it because I'm like, why do I have it and I'm not using it? So as you can see, I have been trying to use up my stash because to me, that's the point. The point is you buy the yarn to use it. Even though I buy yarn without having a pattern in mind, once I see a pattern, I'm like, oh, I have the yarn for that. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So, yeah. So I'm hoping to really burn through some of my stash. Just because, like I said, I'm starting to get frustrated with it because I've had it for a bit now. I think I am about halfway done with the stash that I had from my local yarn shop when it went out of business. And so, yeah, so I will be looking for things to use up the other yarn that I have. So I'm really happy I got to, go through this. I will be going through some other stuff that I got. So I am so excited. And the socks also gave me a chance. I actually ended up getting all this yarn that I didn't even remember that I had. All of my sock yarn, I actually put it in this huge bag. It's not all the way full, but still. I did end up buying some new one because some people are on my list for sock knitting that I was like, I don't have a color for that person. I need to go look. So I don't remember if I showed this to you guys. I didn't know that they made this, and so I got this for someone. And okay, so then I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. But I also want to make some stuff for my nephews that are in Mexico and my brother. And I would like to make a shawl for my sister-in-law. I just haven't decided which one. I have thought about making her a reina only because the reina is a super easy pattern. It's really it's just wonderful. If you haven't seen it, totally go look it up because the pattern, they give you the chart for you to mark off each row in the stitch count at the end and everything. So it's super beginner friendly and everything. I am so glad that that was the one that I made. That was my first shawl. So yeah, my first knitted shawl. Anyways, so I will add my sister-in-law here. And for my nephews, I want to make scarves. And for my brother, I want to make a scarf and hat set. And I also had my niece's leg warmers on here, which hopefully I will get to cross off. Because right now, I don't want to really show you guys the names, but it's a long list. It is a ridiculously long list. Talk about ambitious plans. That is crazy. And to add to that, my sister came across some amigurumi nativity scenes. And she was like, well, you love to make those little things. Do you think you could help me make my own? And of course I said, yeah, I could totally help you. So the past 2 weeks, I have gone over to her house and we have slowly been working on our amigurumi nativity scene. So she is making one for herself and I am making one for myself. And it will have, I have a list of what it will consist of. So we will be making the baby Jesus, Maria and Joseph. We will be making the three kings and an angel. We're hoping to make an elephant, although I haven't found a pattern that I like, so I may end up having to make my own. We will be making a camel, a horse, a burro, a cow, and a sheep. What the heck? Oh my gosh, so much on my plate right now. And yet I have nothing, out of my list, I feel like I have nothing started. Anyways, so I'm going to add my scatter because I haven't added them on here. To my list. But yeah, so I was hoping to also get the shoe sizes for my nephews in Mexico and possibly make them socks, because when I have talked to my brother, he's like, oh my gosh, you have no idea how much we really appreciate all of your knitwear because it gets really cold in Mexico. And that just makes me feel so good, because as crafters, I mean, come on. What is like the best feeling? Is someone like you seeing the people that you made something for actually wear the stuff? Like that is why you do it, right? You do it for them to appreciate it, for them to use it and wear it and keep cozy. So I am hoping to make them socks and scarves. I will not be making them blankets because I feel like that is just crazy. One day maybe, but not this year. And yeah, so yeah, and then I also need to add 2 hats for 2 of my like nephews, other nephews. So I need to add that to my list because I know that they appreciate it. So I need to add them to the list. And so my list is just growing. But I will be happy with making everybody socks, making the shawls that I'm hoping for, and doing that. And then also, I was talking to my friend that is a crafter as well, and she was like, she's been making socks and stuff, and she's only made a couple pairs, but our birthdays are in May. Her birthday is May 18th or 19th, and mine is May 8th. And so I was thinking, what if we did a sock trade for our birthdays? I will knit a pair of socks for her birthday, and she could make one for myself. And so she wasn't sure because she's like, I feel like you're a better sock knitter than I am. And I was like, that's fine. I just thought it would be something cool. But if you don't want to do it, it's fine. I will still make her the socks. But, she didn't have to make me anything. And she was like, no, okay, let's do it. So we are going to be making each other socks. I will not be showing you the progress because she does sometimes watch the podcast, but I will show you this beautiful yarn. It is Madeline Taj. I scanned it up already. I think I did take some pictures of it. I caked it up, not scanned it up. I caked it up. But it is Madeline Taj. It is the Fragile colorway, and it is their Twist Light, 75% merino and 25 nylon. And there are 420 yards on here. So it is such a beautiful little speckled yarn. And yeah, so once I'm done, I will show you guys the finished product, and I have given it to her and everything. But that is all you're getting for now. So I will also need to start on those. And since I mentioned that I wanted to make a scarf for my brother, Michael's had their awesome sale where their loops and thread wool-like yarn was $2. And this is super thin yarn. I do not like using it just as it comes. It has... where's the yardage? 678 yards in this skein for $2. Yeah, so I bought a whole bunch of it because I am thinking of making my brother the what was it called? The fringe scarf. I started one for for my husband. Haven't finished it, but I got yarn for it. So I got 2 skeins of this. This is the tan colorway. I got 2 of those. I got 2. I think I needed this one for my husband's scarf, but I got 2 of the golden yellow. I got 2 of the pumpkin spice. It's this like beautiful burnt orange color. And I got 2 of the ice blue. And I think for all of this, I ended up paying like $12. So it's 4, 6, 8. Nope, I messed up. I don't know how much. Yeah, it was like $12 because I had a 20% off entire purchase, and they were $2, and then I don't know. Somehow it was like 12 or 13 bucks. So that's amazing. And so I will be using that in some of the stuff that I have in my stash already to make scarves, finish up my husband's scarf, and start one for my brother. And yeah, and I am loving this hat. So I am pretty sure that I will be making these. These are going to be my like, I'm bored, let me just do something kind of hat, because I love it. Oh, and I wanted to show you guys something. I got this beautiful little Pop-Tart stitch marker. I actually got a set of 5 from a lady on Amazon. It is, I think they're from the Clay House of Clay. I don't remember. I was trying to keep her card, but then I lost it. I don't remember, but she is from the Philippines. She's on Etsy, and I think it's House of Clay. And she does these beautiful little stitch markers. I actually got them because for my daughter, I got some narwhal earrings, and I got some little chicken stitch markers for my crafty friend because she's all chicken crazy. So, yeah, and I just love them. So I got a set of 5 for myself. And then also I wanted to show you guys these. My niece got me for Christmas when we did our gift exchange. And so she got me these funky little yarn stickers, which I thought were hilarious. And she got me this shirt. It says, "I like to party." And by party, I mean stay home and knit. Yeah, I totally love to party. Yes, please. Today is a Saturday night. I'm partying right now, right? So anyways, I think that's all. I know this is probably going to be a ridiculously long episode, but that's okay. I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much for stopping by, sharing your time with me. I seriously appreciate it like a gazillion. And I actually am thinking I'm going to start a Spanish podcast. I actually went ahead and made the channel. I have not uploaded yet because like I said, everybody was sick and all this stuff. So I hadn't uploaded, or I have not uploaded. So I will be uploading hopefully within the next week. And yeah, if you are more comfortable with hearing me try to speak Spanish, then please head over. I will be Agujas Enganchadas. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there if you want to hear me in my choppy Spanish. I will be trying my hardest. But anyways, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Like I said, I wish you a very happy however many weeks until I see you again. And yeah, hasta la próxima.